Hey there, if you're interested in learning Java programming, you can do like I did. You can go to the library and grab one of these Java for Dummies books. This happens to be the 5th edition. You could also take a college class, you could do both. But what you need to do, if you do get a book and you want to learn it on your own, is you need to go to oracle.com. And this particular page right here is www.oracle.com/tech network/Java/Java SE/downloads/index.html. And you go here to Java SE downloads, click the Java download. Then it takes you to this page that says Java SE Development Kit 8 downloads. You come down here and you hit Accept License Agreement, and then you look for your operating system. I've got Windows x86. I have a 32-bit, not a 64, so I'm not going to go with the x64. I'm going to go with this Windows with, it looks like an upside down exclamation point, 586.exe. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to save this file. And it's going to go through about 2 minutes of saving, which I've already saved it once. I don't need to save it again. But what I do need is to create the path to where that Java is. And how you find it, oh, I got to get out of all of this. If you go to My Computer, and then you go to C, Program Files, look for the folder that says Java. Now what I just did was the JDK 1.8.0_65. I double click on that folder, and then I go to bin, the bin folder, and voila, right there is my java.exe file. That's my executable that's going to start my Java program. Up here in this address bar, that's what I want to copy and paste. Now you might not have your address toolbar set up, so if you don't, you need to go to View, Toolbars, and make sure address bar is checked, because if it's unchecked, you won't see it up here. So again, View, Toolbars, address bar checked, and then you just copy and paste this address bar. So hit copy. Now where are you going to paste it to? Well, let me show you. Hit Start again, right click My Computer again, Properties again, Advanced tab, down here to Environment Variables. You can click New and go down to Value and paste it there and say Value Name Path and click OK. Well, I already have one path that's that exact same thing. You can also do it down here in System Variables if you hit New and you paste that right there. And same thing, put the word path there and click OK. So now I have it to work whether I'm in the user ID of college or it's also in System Variables. Okay, so I hit OK at the bottom of there and I get out of there and I'm done setting my environment variable. Now you're ready to learn a little bit of Java coding. What I've got right here is pretty quick and easy. I wound up in my Notepad++ following an example in Chapter 2. We created, I don't need this one anymore, we created two classes, one called dog.java and the other called dogtest.java. And when you create this, just like you create your HTML file or your .js for JavaScript or your .css for cascading style sheets, you create it with File, Save As, and I always save my stuff initially to a desktop, and then you name it dog.java for the one. I don't want to replace it. And then you click over here to the right and File, Save As, and you create your other one as dogtest.java. Save, but I don't want to replace it. I'm just telling you how to do it. And then in the dog class, we've got class dog. And then in our curly braces, we have int size int size, string breed, string name, and then you have a method here, void bark with an empty set of parentheses, and in its curly braces it says system.out.println, and in parentheses and double quotes, rough. So our dog class knows things. These are called instance variables. The dog class knows its size, its breed, and its name, and it has a method called bark that's basically an action which is going to print out the words rough on it. So it's a template. Then we create a test class called dogtest.java, and we put in the keywords class dog test, and then in these curly braces here we have public static void main, and in parentheses string args with the brackets right here for an array, and then there's your beginning curly brace and your ending for the main. Here we're going to create an object of the dog class. The dog class, like I said, is going to introduce a size, a breed, a name, and a method, a bark method. Here we're going to say dog D equals new dog. First we use the name of the class, which over here to the left is dog. D is going to be an object of that class, and new dog means we're creating a new dog object. So now that we've created the new dog object like this, we are going to do something to its size, do something to its name, do something to its breed, and then call the bark method, which is going to make it say rough. So D, because the object of the class is called D. If this was called, instead of dog D equals new dog, if we said dog doodle equals new dog, then we would say doodle.size equals 75, doodle.name equals page, doodle.breed equals Akita, and doodle.bark, which is going to call the bark method. And then when we get to this part, system.out.println, in double quotes, we have my dog's name is with a space plus D name, and instead of it being D name, I just changed it to doodle up here. So plus doodle name plus, and then in these double quotes, we have a space, and her breed is another space, plus D breed, again, I changed D to doodle, plus doodle.breed, and in double quotes you have a space and she weighs and another space plus D size, of course, here we go, D has to be turned into doodle, plus doodle size plus the double quotes, a space, and the word pounds. And then you have the ending closing brace for the main method, and then the closing brace for the class dog test method. All right, so what we're going to do now, I've got public static void main string args is like the light switch that starts the program. So dogtest.java is what we want to run. We want to compile that. I'm going to get rid of these two classes because when you first create a Java file, you are not writing the classes. If it'll let me take them off. Delete. Yes, I want to delete. And I want to delete this. And I don't need the bin folder open. Okay. We are the ones that just wrote dog.java and dogtest.java. The Java software that we just downloaded to the computer itself is what's going to compile the classes. And how we do this is I go to my command prompt. Right now I'm in the path C, Documents and Settings, College, but I want to be on the desktop path. So if you type in CD for change directory and the word desktop and then hit enter, now you have desktop. Now if you hit dir, because you want to see what's in the desktop directory. Well, you can see it with your own eyes, but if this was a folder that you couldn't see, you see where it's got bill_calendar, dog.java, dogtest.java, headfirst.java, headfirst.java notes.html, and LCC new 2015. Well, over here to the right, you see those folders. Those are more directories. And then over here to the left, you see my dog.java and dogtest.java. Remember, I told you that the dog test class is the one that had the light switch in it. So that's what we're going to run. Here, I'm going to type in the word javac, that means Java compile. And I'm going to put in the word dogtest.java, because that's the file that has the main in it, the main method. Hit enter. Now the Java software that we just put in the computer, do you see how it thought for a second and then it gave me a new path? Well, look over here to the left. You have a dog.class and a dogtest.class. That software, that Java software, just created these two classes. And if I highlight them and right-click and hit Edit with Notepad, look at this. The dog class is nothing I wrote. It's what Java wrote. And the dog test class, it's more, I have no idea what this is. This is the computer language. The computer understands this. I understand this, and I understand this. I don't understand that, and I don't understand that, but the computer does, and that's all that matters. So I don't need to worry about writing those. Java does that for me when I compile it. So it cleanly compiled and created those two classes. So then I'm going to use just the regular old Java keyword and type in dog test without the .java extension and hit enter. And you get rough. My dog's name is Paige, and her breed is an Akita, and she weighs 75 pounds. That's what that little program did. Nothing too exciting, but I'm just telling you at least how the Java got started. So I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to stop this video. The next videos that I have about Java will be a lot more complicated as the book progresses.